All right, check.
Check. Oh, I just need the music and we're good. All right. Cool. Everything's up and running.
And action. Off we go. Welcome to Here's Your Freaking Podcast with the Jason Lee Cluck Show. Thank you, as always, for joining us on this not safe for work, not safe for kids, totally uncensored version of the Jason Lee and Cluck Show. Stay up to date anytime, all things JLNK, by heading over to JLNKShow.com. Coming up on the podcast today, we'll talk about, we laughed about it on the terrestrial show today, skanks. Skank is a word that's not used often enough. We'll talk about twerking on a car at a child's event. We'll put a little extra something in the cucumber on this week's episode. We'll talk about filming your upskirt stuff, and then we'll... and the cops showed up at a house to conduct a search, and they found a bounty of sex toys. And what do the police do with the sex toy? And then I promised you this last week. The most morbid story we've ever had on the podcast. This story is so messed up. We'll save it for the end. Let's start right here. I mean, this is kind of cool. This is a fun garage sign to have, right? Who doesn't have a stolen sign somewhere in their garage, right? Be it a railroad crossing sign
They were doing some work outside of my house on the power lines, and they left behind the high voltage sign. Mm-hmm. So I took it and I put it in my garage. And after about a year of staring at it, I'm like, what is that? What the fuck do I have this for? So I took it down and threw it away. That was the last stolen sign I had, and that was just a couple of years ago.
In Westchester, Ohio, there is an intersection known to locals because the sign is constantly being stolen. It is the intersection of Grin Drive and Barrett Road.
Grin and Barrett.
Yeah. There's another sign in the UK. They have a problem, too, with people stealing their signs. Welcome to Knob Lane. The little village is having a tough time with Knob Lane because people are constantly taking the signs, obviously, to get a giggle out of it. Locals...
I don't know. You said that. My first thought was, well, I want that sign.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another minute. I'll talk myself out of it. But your first thought.
I mean, it's useless. It's not going to do me no good, no how.
No.
I could put that sign wherever I wanted, but it wouldn't work out for me. Local people here in the town are actually calling the thieves knobheads. When they do actually manage to keep a sign around for a little while, they notice that there's always a line there from people lining up to take selfies by the sign. And then some of them are leaving the town of the sign, and it's costing the town thousands of dollars because they have to keep replacing the Knob Lane sign.
Classic.
No, we were laughing about this on the terrestrial show today. Somebody could call you a whore, and that's fine.
Whore is a biblical term, man.
Yeah,
it's as old as humanity.
It's not that bad. If you're a guy, you're like, all right, so I sleep around a little bit. If you're a girl, you're like, all right, I sleep around a little bit. What's the big deal? I'll do what I want.
Whore is like an old lady grandmother term, too. Like, oh, she's the town whore.
Yeah, but see, there's a bit of prestige that goes along with it, too, I think. But if someone calls you a skank, we're fucking fighting, right? Because nobody wants to be called a skank. There's nothing positive about skank. Skank means not only do maybe you sleep around quite a bit, you're out there whoring around, but you're dirty. Not like dirty like you do dirty things, but you're unclean.
I remember back in the day, I would hear women, like when I was in high school and college, level that at other women. Like, that's a skanky, outfit you're wearing.
Right. It means you're unclean.
When the word skank first made an appearance, I had never dabbled with a skank before. I knew nothing of the skank life.
They say, if you're a guy and you want to be taken seriously by the ladies, you should be aware there's some red flags, things you may be doing that make you come off as a man whore. Or as this ex-college cheerleader says, you a skank. Here are the warning signs that you may, in fact, be a skank. Outside of they say the obvious ones, wandering eye, sketchy communication, excessive flirting. Okay, yeah, that could mean something, right?
All right.
That means that your boyfriend probably is getting around a little bit. First and foremost, she says, any guy that's a part of a run club.
Like run around like those people you see on the weekends?
I guess.
You're a skanky guy if you run?
I guess.
Or are those like undercurrents for like a lot of sex behaviors? Like we're all running, we're all fit.
Yeah, just basic people that want to see themselves as looking good, naked and sweaty, right?
Oh.
If he has a blue check mark on any social media platform, what's that mean? You've been approved by the overlords?
Yes.
Skank.
Yeah, hey, you've been approved because you paid for it.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, you got to pay for it on Facebook. You got to pay for it on X. Verified.
According to this college cheerleader, any college athlete, current, former, pre, anything to do with college athletics, your man, he's a skank. If he has a porn mustache.
Cubicle Nate says, I am not doing well with this whole bit right now. Is he a bit of a skank?
I don't think so.
He's into exercise, run club, fitness.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a porn mustache. He wasn't a college athlete.
He does have a blue check mark, he said.
Oh, really? Oh, because he has that nerdy thing that he does on YouTube.
Because somebody might out there be an unofficial Cubicle Nate nerd. Can't have that.
Yeah. God knows what women want is for you to talk Lennox with them.
And Star Trek.
I'm not sure I even know what this is. A hat with an upside down curved city written on it.
Dude, I've seen those more and more.
I don't get it.
It's like instead of saying Dallas over your hat,
okay,
it's upside down, so it says Dallas and backwards. It's a new thing, but if you watch any sideline footage from the college football weekend, you've seen the hat.
Why?
I don't know. How many times can you get somebody to buy a Dallas hat?
Is that like one of those dumb Jeep things? If you find me turned over, you need to turn me right side up, right? Women who commented on the post overwhelmingly backed this woman up that these are the man whore red flags. With that being said, a lot of people did ask, who hurt you? Because you have been hurt. If you call somebody a skank, it's because that person hurt you at one point or another, and that's why you're leveling that word at them.
I'm trying to think if I have any skanky behavior, or like the only skanky behavior I see on social media anymore is like if all your pictures on social media, you're at a bar, at the same bar.
Okay.
I'm like, it could be skanky.
Speaking of skanky, okay, this is a perfect example. Yeah, you can go Google this video. It's easy to find. It happened over the weekend. There was a family event at Stoke-on-Trent. I don't really know what that is. Whatever the local small town festival is, it took an unexpected turn when a woman shocked everybody. It was a children's event, and a woman climbed up onto a parked car, taking off her top to reveal her bra, and then she twerked in front of a crowd of people.
Oh my!
It was in broad daylight. Families, everybody's enjoying the children's festival activities. The weird part about the video is because mentally, right? You've got somebody in your head right now, right?
Oh yeah.
You're like, gross. She's definitely a skank. But then when you watch the video, I mean, she's not awful. You don't go, ooh, gross, and look away. She's
not unclean. She's most likely clean.
You go, nah,
Mm-hmm.
and then you look away. But then you look back, and you're like, I mean, yeah. And then you look away, and then you look back, you're like, well, she's in much better shape than you assume she is.
Gotcha. All right.
Witnesses described the moment as chaotic, inappropriate, especially given the number of children present. Attendees contacted police who arrived. They handled the disturbance. Many parents expressed frustration, obviously, because there's a fucking woman half naked twerking on the top of a car. Police and parents did remind the woman that the entire thing spoiled the fun atmosphere and left kids confused by what they had seen. It is hard. It is difficult to explain twerking, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't describe it to you. Basically, it's like a flabby fanny, doing jumping jacks.
Her butt. She's making it clap, you see.
Right.
A round of applause.
Try to explain that to a kid. You're like, well, yeah, I don't know why they do it. I don't know why she's doing that.
Oh, I know why that sounded familiar. Rob on YouTube pointing out that Stoke-on-Trent is the birthplace of one Lemmy Kilmister.
Oh, okay.
That's where that big statue stands of him.
Oh, okay. All right. Here's another one. Here we go. A Russian woman found herself in a bad spot and rushed to the hospital. after we've seen this story before, sort of, not exactly like this. A large cucumber had been stuck inside the woman. 21-year-old woman was taken to the emergency room, complaining about serious pain where?
In her vagina.
Her ass.
Oh.
She took it a different way.
Okay.
See, there's a twist to every story on the podcast.
I guess, man.
Typically, we would all have answered vagina in unison, but no. The diagnosis was made almost immediately after the man who brought her into the hospital explained that the cucumber had gotten lost during an intimate session between the two.
You know what sucks? And I'm just saying, if this were me,
wouldn't you just wait it out? Doesn't it seem like nature would, garbage in, garbage out, right?
Well, you're not going in immediately without having at least tried to remove it through various methods. If that were me, I would panic and say, we've got to get this. This cannot leave the bedroom. Let's figure this out. I don't know what I have to do.
I don't really know how the body works, but I would assume if something is in there, doesn't the body naturally push it out? Now, granted, we get people, with stories all the time where they'll put something oddly shaped in there, and I understand how it gets stuck.
From what I understand from doing enough of these stories is that once you get to a certain point, there's not so much a push action as then it becomes a pull action.
Yeah, but eventually doesn't it pull up?
Yeah.
And then your body's like, whoa, 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 we're headed in the wrong way. You didn't read the sign.
But I don't think you could shit out a huge cucumber.
Faced with the alternative, I bet you I could.
I would certainly try.
The minute somebody says, I think we need to get you to a hospital, I bet I could shit out that cucumber fast as fuck.
I'm in the garage in the tool chest, just looking for anything that might. Is there anything in needle nose pliers? Anything to get a grip?
Where's that little magnet on the end of the stick that I get bolts out of the engine from? I'll try anything at this point. But if somebody says, you know what? We've tried everything. I think we need to go to the hospital. I guarantee you, I could drop that cucumber in the middle of the living room.
I got to admit, that's probably the lowest moment ever when you're like, we got to go to the hospital.
Yeah. Sit out in the car. You're like, is that so uncomfortable.
Is that an urgent care thing, or that's a hospital thing, right?
They got to take you to the hospital, I bet. I want to go where the real professionals are. Yeah. Something about that urgent care makes me believe that they probably talk to their friends about their day at work. But an ER worker's like, if they come home, whoever their spouse is, they don't want to fucking hear about their day, so they don't ask, because usually everything they hear about the day is gruesome. They're like, how was your day today? Well, we had 6 car accident victims and somebody with a shotgun blast to the chest. You don't want to hear those stories, so you don't even ask them about their day. So if you don't ask about the cucumber and the fanny, then they're not going to tell you about it. But somebody at the urgent care is like, whoa, you should have seen what I saw today. We had 6 kids who had coronavirus, and then we had a cucumber in somebody's ass.
A large cucumber.
Right. Okay. There's an interesting twist, another interesting twist to the story.
Everyone had a salad afterwards.
Upon further examination of the cucumber, once it was removed, doctors had one question. Why was there a bite out of the cucumber? Maybe that's what kept the cucumber from coming back out. Because it was oddly shaped, right?
Yeah, it lost its round tip. They nibbled off the end of it.
By the way, neither couple would answer why it had a bite out of it.
Dude, you'd have to waterboard me to get those. And even then, I might just die with it. Why is there a bite out of this cucumber?
It's the only way I could get a hold of it to pull it out.
Why was the word whore written in lipstick on the side of this cucumber? I don't know. Just came from the farmer's market that way.
You don't shop at whore farms?
Hey, the guy is like, can I ask you why there's a bite out of it? They just sit there,
nope.
not saying fucking word.
No, it'd be best if you didn't ask, if you didn't ask the question. 23-year-old kid at the University of Central Florida is in trouble after he was arrested secretly recording up a woman's skirt while she studied at the public library, or at the campus library. The victims noticed the young man's cell phone pointing directly up her skirt while she was at a desk. She confronted him and demanded to see his phone. That led to the man trying to hide his recordings, obviously. Witness to the confrontation told police he claimed that taking upskirt videos was his job.
Oh.
Well, that's a good job. Where should I send my resume?
No kidding.
He reportedly
It's
said
a dangerous game.
he said there are entire communities for this type of content and that he makes money selling videos and photos of women. So is it lucrative? What's the story here? Witnesses said that the man deleted the video while they were there. He's facing charges of video voyeurism and tampering with evidence. He was arrested.
I mean, the money's out there. You just have to go chase it.
He made his court appearance on Friday. His bond was set at $6,500. Jesus. This is in Florida, too, by the way.
Yeah, you mean upskirts got to sell to cover that bond?
I don't know. 2? 10? 100? I don't know.
Do you pay based on how good they are?
But again, it's Florida, so usually something less than $6,500. But we have homicides that we talk about, and they're like, bond was set at $475. This guy is taking upskirt videos, and they dig him for $6,500.
He's like, I spent the entire fucking evening underneath the grandstands.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of sex toys, I'm sorry. But the temptation is too much. Police were searching a home in England. A woman's home, part of a drug investigation that involved a member of this woman's family. While they were inside the home, officers found a box containing $1,000 worth of erotic gadgets, sex toys. Body cam footage reportedly shows the officers handling the sex toys, playing with the sex toys, and commenting about how sticky the sex toys are. That's pretty gross.
Look, you throw them against the wall, they won't come down.
Also, body cam footage of the officers playing catch with a G-string.
No, you take it. I don't want it.
Police department called the officers' behavior unacceptable and unprofessional. Yeah, I'll give you both of those. They did pay the woman. Okay, when she found out that they had played with her sex toys, they paid her.
If I'm a cop, the only video that would ever take from me from doing it is like, remember that guy who stole the money but then realized he was on camera stealing the money when he took it?
Oh yeah, we watched that video.
Yeah, that would have been the video that cleaned my act up. I would have quit being a dirty cop right then.
He's like pocket full of cash and change. Oh.
Yeah, that video was how many years ago? We still remember it.
Oh yeah.
Some people I guess have forgotten.
They paid the woman $4,700 because of the. Oh no! They say since the incident, she has gotten a divorce and she blames the trauma from the incident as the root of the problem that ended her marriage. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, lady. All right, here we're gonna end on this. This story is fucked, man. This is the most morbid story I think we've ever had on the podcast before. Funeral director, as you can tell, it's already taken that dark turn. A funeral director has been accused of leaving dead children in baby bouncers watching cartoons at her house. I don't know how this is acceptable.
I'm guessing it's not.
This is in Leeds, England. No. Not this part, but the fact that she has like corpses in her house. This story leads me to believe that it's okay.
You take your work home with you.
Her name is Amy Upton, and there's something right at the very end of this, and literally, I think most of us will guess this. Why? At some point before we even get to the end of it. Her name is Amy Upton. She's 38 years old. She's been accused of placing a dead child in a bouncy seat to watch cartoons. It was then found out that she had been banned from maternity wards and mortuaries in Leeds. You know, like that little bouncy thing that you put a baby in, it kind of kicks its feet a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a little mobile at the top, and the kid just basically bounces till it falls asleep, and you're like, oh, that's adorable, okay. So she's got a dead kid in that bouncy chair. The hospital confirmed that they have barred 38-year-old Ms. Upton from its mortuaries and maternity wards, effective immediately.
Understandable.
One mom was left screaming after discovering that her dead son had been put in a baby bouncer watching cartoons in the woman's living room. Another mom, whose stillborn child was in Miss Upton's care at one stage, said, "It is just crazy. If I told somebody this story, they'd think it was from a horror film."
Yeah.
One of the moms speaking out had a 3-week-old baby who died of brain damage at the hospital back in 2021. She asked, it's called Florey's Army. Like an organization that helps,
Okay.
people deal with the loss of a child. They asked Florey's Army to arrange the baby's funeral after a recommendation from a family friend. The baby's body was picked up from the hospital. She thought it was going to be taken to a professional setting. Now imagine you find out that the baby just went to some woman's house.
Yeah, some comments on YouTube. How do you even get to the point? There's no way you just wake up one morning and decide to do this.
Oh, no. It's exactly what you think it is.
You
If
guys
it
are-
hasn't dawned on you yet, it will dawn on you eventually.
Rob, she's unable to have children of her own, I bet.
Close, but you're getting closer. This woman whose baby wound up at this woman's house said she went around the next day and she was terrified to see the woman watching cartoons with her son's body next to her in the baby bouncer in the living room. When I realized it was my son, she says, "Come in, we're watching PJ Masks," which is a cartoon based on masked superheroes. The mom continues, there's a cat scratcher in the corner. I hear a dog barking, and there was another child on the sofa. She says, it wasn't a nice sight.
Fuck, dude.
It wasn't a nice sight. Yeah, we believe you, man. She said, the woman says, I called my mom and I said, this ain't right. I was screaming down the phone. That's when the mother arranged for another funeral director to come collect her baby's body. He was removed from the woman's care. I didn't want him in that house. It was a weird experience, she said. That left her upset and angry. I would describe it as more than a weird experience. Another couple told the BBC that they were introduced to Ms. Upton through a family friend after their daughter was stillborn at the hospital earlier in the year. They said that they agreed to have their daughter being taken by Florey's Army, and then led to believe that the body would be kept in a funeral parlor until burial. They said more than a week later, Mrs. Upton had told them their daughter was at her house. She said they had not given her consent to take the baby there.
I don't like anything about
The mom
this.
says, I don't know why she was there. She described it as being like a horror film. The BBC asked Miss Upton to respond to the claims that her home was unsuitable to keep baby bodies. Apparently, they didn't get a response. She did not respond. She did make a note that she only had 2 complaints in the 8 years since she set up Florey's Army. Many reviews of her services on Facebook are positive, some families describing the service as beautiful, amazing, inspirational. They then discovered that the woman she had not had children at her home for 4 years. And she said she'd only started working with grieving families after the loss of an unborn baby herself in 2017.
There it is.
Yeah, there's your mental hiccup. That's the reason why this is happening.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy.
I don't think I could dream up a horror movie situation like that if you gave me a week.
Nope. I mean, somebody could dream it up, but I tell you this, I sure as hell am not going to watch it. That's terrifying. So there you go. There's a podcast for this week.
Hey, a little bit of lighter side of life at the end.
Morbid. So there you go. Stay up to date, all things JLNK. It's real easy. Just head over to JLNKShow.com, and we will see you next Tuesday.